I am Joey. I was born in Puerto Rico. I was raised in Cleveland, Ohio, and I am a graphic and web designer.
My name's Mike. I'm married for going on 3 years now, and I have a kid that's going to be turning 2 pretty soon. I'm a web developer, and I've been doing that for just about 8 years now.
So I'm the guy you never see. I'm Jeff. I'm the editor. I do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. When it comes to lighting, I'm the gaffer, I'm the cameraman, I'm the sound guy, the sound engineer. I'm the one who makes the videos look like how they look.
I got into home brewing from my friend Mike and from the channel. He one day called me and shared that he was learning how to make beer, in which I took interest and been learning how to make it with him ever since.
I was not really too big on it until Mike brought me into the fold, said he needed someone to film the whole thing, and I've kind of been learning along with the guys here. I think along with Joey, we both got into it because of Mike, and it's been really interesting so far.
I think I got into homebrewing like most people. My wife's dad ended up buying me a homebrew kit, and from there pretty much went home right away, fired it up. Actually, it was way more difficult than I thought it was going to be. That brew took forever. I thought I was going to quit, but I ended up buying a few extract kits, and it became easier and easier until I got the process, and here I am almost 3 years later.
My favorite brewery would be Fatheads. They have different types of styles of beer. Their food is pretty good too at their locations.
Oof. It's hard to say because there's so many, one can be like favorite food versus beer versus atmosphere. But I think the first one that really comes to mind is Planted Flag out in Medina. Solid food, solid beer, the staff, freaking amazing. Every time I'm there, dude remembers me. He's always asking me like how the wife and the kid are, even if they're not there. But I think the number one reason why I love it is the beer itself. Like, they really push to use Ohio ingredients. Right next to the beer, they have a percentage of how much Ohio-based ingredients are in the beer, and they're usually around 90%. Small business helping small business in the area. It's pretty cool.
I think my favorite brewery, I would say Great Lakes, but honestly, a lot of their beer I'm not a big fan of. I do like Sibling Revelry, big fan of that, and just a lot of the local breweries around here have been really on point.
My favorite style of beer would be IPAs.
IPAs can go burn in hell. I hate every IPA I've tried.
Favorite style of beer? If I see a Bock, that's going to be like the beer I go for.
My least favorite style of beer would be milk stouts.
West Coast IPA. Absolutely I've tried to like it. I know the difference between like a bad beer, like if someone makes one that's like fantastic, I just can't do the piney.
The 5 styles that I would like in my flight would be fruit beer, IPA, pale ale, stout, and wheat.
All right, so the 5 styles that I want in my flight, we're starting off with the American Lager. Then we're heading straight to a Czech Pils. Then we're going to go ahead and go for a Bock. Then we're going to do an Irish Stout. And then we're going to finish it off with a hazy IPA. But we got to make sure it's actually hazy and juicy. I don't want get in a glass and that shit's like clear as day.
When it comes to it, I think I want a light lager, I want a red ale stout, then probably a Pilsner, probably a milk stout, just throw another stout in there.
My favorite thing about home brewing would be the fact that I'm able to do this with my friends. I really enjoy it a lot, and we get to learn how to create something that we all enjoy.
My favorite thing about homebrewing, probably the same shit you kind of said, like just being able to wake up has something to do with the homies. I've known these guys my entire life. We were all skateboarders, and I feel like this kind of transitioned our interests from skating to this. And it has the same kind of principles, a lot of failure until you can actually make it good. Plus we get to make a meal and just drink beer starting at like 8 in the morning, so can't really complain about that.
My favorite thing about homebrewing so far is being able to just it's like cooking in a way. It's more advanced cooking. And then just the idea of afterwards, after you're done brewing all that stuff, how many factors go into what actually makes the beer, like the alcohol being, or the like sugars being eaten away by the yeast to create the alcohol, and all that kind of stuff is really interesting.
My other hobbies besides home brewing would be playing guitar. I'm in a band. I also enjoy playing video games on occasion, and also working on graphics, digital media.
So the hobbies that I currently have, they switch around a lot depending on the year, but I still do a lot of skateboarding. I like making stuff, like whether it's like fermenting, like hot sauces or kimchi, to pickling stuff like pickles and eggs, gardening, just getting into like weird, just homemade DIY kind of shit.
A lot of my hobbies involve what I'm doing here: editing, filmmaking, all that kind of stuff, working on a documentary. Also in a band with Joey, the bassist. A lot of fun with music, and then just a lot of video games and stuff like that.
The thing that I have learned starting from the YouTube channel is that brewing is not that difficult. It just takes time. Anybody can do it.
What I've learned since we've started the YouTube channel is it's basically a science to kind of trigger the algorithm, even though we're not really hitting that, because there's a lot that goes into that between thumbnails, descriptions, titles, and just a constant flow of uploading. But it's still fun.
Learned a lot of what goes into an algorithm. Just the idea of the technical stuff outside of the video content. Being an editor, I really just focus on how a video looks and how well to piece the whole thing together. And once you actually start forming the YouTube channel and like the bits and pieces that go into the YouTube channel, a lot of it's very dependent on the algorithm and how you, when you post, and what the thumbnail looks like, and it's very complicated.
Yeah, we got a bunch of things coming up for 2024. Biggest thing is we're gonna clean out the garage and get a nice little studio going on in there. I think it will just make it a lot easier filming wise, and just having shit where it's always in the spot that we want it to be. Plus we could make it kind of our own flavor, our own style, dress it up how we want it to look, instead of the stuff that's just kind of chilling around in the kitchen. Besides that, you know, we're going to really start pushing some grain to glass videos. Most of the time, we're just really showing you the process, and we're never showing the beers we make. So I think it would be a good idea to start including that. Then lastly, really dialing in on the process. We want to make the best beer we can, and just kind of have it so we have stuff that we really actually want to drink, and it's just not shit.
I think probably the biggest thing would be we're going to start working on creating our own recipes instead of following kits. We've learned from many kits, and I think it's time to start experimenting to like come up with like our own types of beer, you know, things, you know, flavors of beers, and to eventually like create a good beer that we can potentially aim to bring to a competition.
I think there's a lot of cool stuff coming. Hopefully, I'm going to get like a brand new computer, so hopefully that I could start doing some of the smaller editing to free up Jeff's time so he could focus on bigger picture videos, and I could go in there and do like the stupid little stuff, maybe bring in some videos of me doing some hot sauces and fermenting, just to be able to push out some extra content for the channel, really get that algorithm moving. I want to finish off saying, like, no, we really enjoy doing this. Thank you everybody who's been on this journey. I mean, you guys have from the start seen us starting off just using, you know, a stovetop and, you know, extract kits, and really, you know, yeah, and a GoPro, you know, shitty lights. I don't even think we had lights when we started this. You know, we had a racking cane instead of like a bottling one, just like shit like that, you know. We're learning more and more, and, you know, now that we've moved into all grain and the anvil, you know, I see our beer only getting better. So, you know, again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys continue to watch, and, you know, if there's anything you want to see or we do wrong, you know, call it out in the comment section, because that's the only way we're going to get better. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace.